Hey everyone, it's your boy, Robbie Singh, the king of almost winning and the master of I meant to do that. Look, life's a trip, right? And sometimes you're going to faceplant right before the finish line. But here's the thing, losing doesn't have to be a total buzzkill. So grab your comfiest sweatpants, because we're about to dive into the ultimate guide on how to become a legendary loser. Get ready to embrace those L's, because we're turning them into LOLs. Picture this. You're in the final stretch of a race. The crowd's going wild, you can practically taste victory. And then bam, you trip over your own shoelaces, or better yet, thin air, and go sprawling across the finish line. Now, some people might see that as a disaster. But not us, my friend. We see it as an opportunity to turn a simple loss into an unforgettable performance. The key here is commitment. Don't just trip, embrace the fall. Make it theatrical. Trust me, the crowd will be talking about your epic faceplant long after they've forgotten who actually won the race. Remember, it's not about how fast you run, it's about how spectacularly you wipe out. Listen, in the world of losing, a well-crafted excuse is like a perfectly timed punchline. It's not about lying, okay, maybe a little. It's about maintaining your dignity, or at least creating a hilarious diversion. So, let's talk strategy. First up, you need a good arsenal of classic excuses. I let them win is a personal favorite. It implies you were holding back, which is always cool. Then there's the environmental factor. The sun was in my eyes works for almost any outdoor activity, regardless of the time of day. And of course, you can never go wrong with blaming technology. My phone died, or my internet connection was unstable, are always solid bets. Remember, a great excuse is an art form. So get creative, have fun, and never, ever accept defeat without a fight. Who says you need a trophy to throw a party? In the land of glorious losers, every near miss is a reason to celebrate. Forget the pity party. We're talking confetti, balloons, the works. Think about it. Winning is great and all, but it can be kind of predictable. Losing, on the other hand, that's where the real fun begins. So, gather your fellow almost winners and throw a didn't quite make it bash. Award yourselves some ridiculous prizes. Best attempt, most creative interpretation of the rules, most likely to trip on the finish line. You get the idea. Embrace the absurdity of it all, laugh it off with your friends, and remember, the best parties are the ones where everyone feels like a winner, even when they're not. Chapter 4. Turn setbacks into stand-up comedy. Okay, so you bombed that job interview. Or maybe your latest project went down in flames. First of all, ouch, I feel you. But before you spiral into a pit of despair, consider this. Your pain is comedic gold. Think about it. Some of the best stand-up routines come from real-life experiences, especially the embarrassing ones. So, why not turn your setbacks into stage material? Channel your inner comedian and find the humor in your failures. Exaggerate the details, embellish the story, and don't be afraid to laugh at yourself. And who knows? Maybe your epic tale of woe will resonate with the audience. You'll get some laughs, and you'll realize that even though you didn't get that job or whatever, at least you got a good story out of it. Chapter 5. The Epic Fumble. Sometimes losing is just about those moments where you completely, utterly, spectacularly fail. We're talking about those times when you try to do something simple, like toss a piece of paper into the trash can from a foot away, and somehow manage to miss by a mile. But here's the thing, even those moments can be legendary, if you own them. The key is to commit to the fumble. Don't try to play it cool or pretend it didn't happen. Instead, lean into the absurdity of it all. Make eye contact with everyone around you and let out a dramatic sigh. Or better yet, throw your hands up in the air and say, "Well, that happened." Remember, life is full of little mishaps. So the next time you find yourself in the middle of an epic fumble, don't hide from it. Embrace it and laugh it off. Chapter 6. Blame it on Mercury retrograde. Let's be real. Sometimes things go wrong for absolutely no reason. Your carefully laid plans crumble, your best efforts fall flat, and you're left wondering what cosmic force is conspiring against you. Well, wonder no more, my friend. The answer is simple. Mercury retrograde. For those of you who haven't been initiated into the mystical world of astrology, Mercury retrograde is basically the universal scapegoat for everything that goes wrong in our lives. And the best part? It's foolproof, because no one can argue with the planets, right? So the next time you find yourself on the losing end of things, just channel your inner astrologer and blame it on Mercury. Trust me, it works like a charm. Okay, so maybe you didn't win first place, or second, or even third. But guess what? You showed up. And in the grand scheme of things, isn't that half the battle? So let's talk about the unsung heroes of the Award World Participation Trophies. Those shiny beacons of almost glory that say, hey, at least you tried. Now some people might scoff at the idea of celebrating mediocrity, but those people are clearly missing out on the joy of a well-curated trophy shelf. Think about it. Each one of those trophies represents a story. Chapter 8. The Backhanded Compliment Specialist. Let's face it, sometimes you just have to be a little bit extra. And what better way to do that than by mastering the art of the backhanded compliment? Now, I'm not talking about being mean or hurtful. The key here is to deliver a compliment that's technically nice but also subtly undermines the achievement. For example, let's say your friend just got a promotion. Instead of a simple congratulations, try something like, wow, that's amazing. They must be really desperate to promote people. The beauty of the backhanded compliment is that it allows you to acknowledge someone's success while simultaneously implying that you're not really that impressed. It's a delicate dance, but when done right, it's a thing of beauty. Chapter 9. Get an endorsement from Murphy's Law. You know that saying, anything that can go wrong will go wrong? Yeah, that's Murphy's Law. And let me tell you, it's basically the unofficial motto of legendary losers everywhere. But here's the thing. Murphy's Law isn't something to be feared. It's something to be embraced. Because once you accept that things are probably going to go sideways anyway, you can start to find the humor in it. Think about it. If you're constantly expecting the worst, you'll never be disappointed, right? And when things inevitably do go wrong, you can just shrug your shoulders and say, Murphy's Law, baby. Embrace the chaos. Chapter 10. Turn L into legend. Here's the thing about losing. It's not the end of the world. In fact, it's often the beginning of a really great story. Think about your favorite books, movies, video games. The most compelling characters are often the ones who've faced the most setbacks, the ones who've stumbled and fallen and gotten back up again. So, the next time you're feeling down about a loss, remember this. You're not a loser, you're a legend in the making. Every setback, every near miss, every epic fumble is just another chapter in your epic life story. Embrace the challenges, learn from your mistakes, and never be afraid to laugh at yourself along the way. Outro, stay legendary. So there you have it, your crash course in becoming a great loser. Remember, life's not about avoiding failure, it's about embracing it, laughing at it, and turning it into something memorable. So, go forth, my fellow almost winners, and remember, when life throws you an L, catch it. Put on your best I meant to do that face, and rock that loss like the legend you are. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay legendary.